Any of you grown-up children that want to come, we're all God's children. Just come on.
Come on. We take visiting children as well. Come on. Come on. Brownie Ed's not participating today. Okay. Have you guys ever gone outside in your bare feet? Is this one going to act up? Okay. Have you ever gone outside in your bare feet and stepped on a stone or a rock? Yeah, doesn't feel too good, does it? I have done it many, many, many times in my years, and it has never felt very good. So you kind of get mad at that stone, at that rock, don't you? I stepped off a curb one time onto a rock and sprained my ankle and ended up being under a doctor's care for a year. Wasn't real happy with that stone. But do you ever think about all the things that stones can do? Like what, Caitlin? What can stones do?
They can turn into other stones.
Yeah. Can you build things with them? You ever seen, for those of you that have been to the campus at UVA-Wise, there's 2 buildings on that campus that are original buildings, and they were built out of stones. Real big, giant stones, but they were built out of stones. So and you can see all kinds of places around here that are built out of stones. So, what did you all do this morning when you came in? What were you all waving? Remember? The palm fronds. And if we'd have lived in Jesus' time, you know who would have followed you in behind those palm fronds? Anybody? Jesus. Very good, Caitlin. Jesus would have been riding in on a donkey. He'd have been riding in right behind you, coming into the city. And there'd be crowds. It wouldn't have been quiet. We weren't real quiet. We were quiet this morning, but it wouldn't have been quiet. People would have been shouting. They've seen the Messiah. They've heard the miracles and the great things that he has done. But there was a group of people, and we call them the Pharisees, and they were like, Jesus, you need to tell them to be quiet. You ever been told to be quiet before? Jackson, I know you have. You're over there hiding under your shirt. I know you've been told. But most of us have been. We get too loud, we get too rambunctious, we get too excited, and we get told to be quiet. And that's what the Pharisees kept telling Jesus. They kept saying, you need to make those people be quiet. You need to tell them to be silent. They wanted him to scold them. And he said, if they remain silent, the stones would immediately begin to cry out. And so, think about it. I've got some stones here for you all. You each get a little package of stones. And I want you to think about all the things that these little stones can do. What do you think? Remember these little stones? Remember what David beat Goliath with? It was a stone, wasn't it? He used a stone. Think about the fact that Elijah, he used stones. He built an altar to God. Solomon also used stones to build a beautiful temple where people could worship. So these rocks will still, even if we are silent, even if we are told to be silent and we listen, don't ever listen when somebody tells you not to praise Jesus, okay? But if you are told that and you do decide to be silent about it, just remember that even these stones, they're still going to tell the story. God is still going to use something as tiny as these little pebbles in here to still tell his story and to get the word out to people. Okay? Let's have a little prayer. Dear Lord, I ask for you to put your arm of protection around these children as they go forward in their days. And Lord, let them remember that something as tiny as the smallest of pebbles can build something fabulous and great and build it all for you. In your name, amen.